Yes.
Here we go. Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, Johan Harris, and today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have GRANDE ROYALE, who has a new album called Carry On, set to release on March 26th. So at the time of recording, hasn't been released yet. By the time this airs in April, though, we'll be in past tense. And it's going to be releasing via the Sign Records. Right now I'm being joined by Gustav, Johan, and Samuel, the important, critical members of the band, to share some more information about this release. So, boys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely great to have you on. And actually, I was just on the Spotify. It looks like just a couple of days ago, on Friday, another single was released, Troublemaker.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yes.
So right now we have Bang, we have Just As Bad As You, we have Troublemaker, and I believe Carry On as well. So that's, 4 singles?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this was the the last single, the 4th single of the album.
Okay.
Yeah,
How did you guys decide on the singles to be released?
Oh.
I guess it was an idea from the label, the Sign Records, and I think they set the dates for the releases of the singles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Take us through this album.
Oh, it's a bombastic album.
Yeah,
it's a lot of energy. We had so much fun recording it, and we had time to try new things, and we do it again. We can do it better. So, and we are really proud of the outcome.
Yeah. The album Take It Easy, that was released 2 years ago. We recorded that one in a certain way because we had this producer, Ola Askjord, who was telling us to record everything live in the studio. Mm-hmm. And we did it in 5 days. But this record, Carry On, we, like Gustav said, we had a lot of time because we recorded it in our studio. And we took hours to put the guitars down and for every track. So it's very tight and very well played and so on, and very well produced, if you ask us.
And still a lot of attitude, I would say. Yeah.
And on this album, Samuel is getting a lot of more space, more. He's singing a lot. He can tell you about it. But the last album, before this one, Göra was singing every tune, I guess. Mm-hmm. Every song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because I have a note here that it's the 5th studio album. So, I mean, you guys mentioned that you recorded and produced it a little bit differently. Was there anything else that you guys were hoping to achieve or have a vision for with the 5th studio album?
I guess we wanted to sound it to sound like us, how we play, how we sound when we play live, and I think we capture that on this record. So we're very satisfied with that.
Yeah. The main thing was we want to record an album that we can play live, and it would be the same. Yeah. The sound would be the same. Yeah. But we haven't played it live yet. We can't play live. So it's sad. But
well, if you compare with the last studio album, it was kind of a different instrumentation with lots of keys and some horns. And,
on this one, we wanted not to sound like Take It Easy because it's more like an intermediate album from one between the 3rd and the 5th album. This one, Carry On, is actually a very heavy album. We have listened to 4 of the songs, and the rest of the songs, I guess, all of them could be singles because we think it's a very, very great attitude and very hit potential. Actually, every song. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something you mentioned was on this album, you guys could play it live. It sounds like you, but what I think it was interesting was on the last album, it was recorded live off the floor with you guys together playing.
Yes. But you know,
It's just kind of interesting, right?
it actually came down to the producer, Ola Asfjord, a nice guy and great guy in every way. But he had this thing that he wanted us to do. He wanted us to be more like Southern American, more soul-y and something that wasn't us really.
Gospel.
And the place, sorry?
Gospel. Get some gospel in there.
Maybe sort of. We had a lot of horns and a lot of keys and everything, but when Ola Asfjord told us that, Gustav, who writes most of the music, he sat down and made like 20 songs that were a little bit different from what Grande Royale really is. So from that point of view, it's a great album, but maybe it wasn't really Grande Royale. But this album is we make it more truth to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a note here that Ola's worked with Lucifer, and they definitely have a very cool sound. I've had them on the show before.
Lucifer,
Yeah.
Very cool. So did you guys write this album and record it then within 2020, like all that chaos that was happening in 2020, or was it not too chaotic in Sweden?
Most of the recording is made last year, and most of the songs as well, even though we had a few older ideas which we included on this album. Yeah. So some new songs, some older songs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How did you guys get in touch with Ola? Did you just reach out to him? Do you know him?
Ola?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think did we meet him?
He used to be sound engineer.
Yeah, he was sound engineer near to Helicopters when they did live shows. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe he did some mix job on Imperial State Electric, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And we liked the sound and stuff, but we need to work with him, right?
Yeah, so I guess we reached out to Ola Asfjord. Yeah.
Okay, and you said guys, or sir, because he's not guys, plural. He's only one guy. You know, we want you to do this, and you guys are obviously happy with the product. I guess maybe take us through some of these music videos. Like this music video for Bang is pretty happening. You guys are, coordinated in red jumpsuits and headbands, going for a jog. What's going on in these music videos? You guys are on the beach?
Yeah, it's our local beach here in Sweden.
That's how we do the running here.
Yeah.
Call each other and let's meet up at the beach.
Bring your red suit.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're not welcome.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to work, guys. Very cool. So this was obviously filmed in the summertime, I'm guessing, unless people go for winter jogs by the beach.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess it was in September or something. It was pretty cold.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cold. I can tell by looking at your guys' noses, like they're all red.
Yeah.
It's alcohol.
The sun's starting to set really low already. Well, that's fantastic. No, there's people here in Canada, because in Vancouver, it doesn't snow. So there's people that will actually go like winter surfing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure there's crazy people in Sweden that do that too.
Tell us about it.
Perfect. So how did you guys come up with the theme for this? What is Bang about?
The song Bang. Yeah.
It's like
it's a little bit like a story, I would say, about people, about archetypes.
Yeah.
Every part of the verse starts with "Hey, Mr. Blues" and "Hey, Mr. Soul" and such.
Yes.
So yeah. So it's like a story of different kinds of people. I would say. Yeah.
Is that some kind of a theme on the entire album? Like, is there something that ties the songs together on the album?
It's a lot of characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters, but it's not a concept album. So every song stands for itself. Every song, it's a story in itself, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then the other music video we have here that I'm looking at is Just As Bad As You.
Yeah.
Boom. Is that Guinness? That's a table full of Guinness.
Here. No.
No, in the music video. Is that a table full of Guinness? Is that what that is?
It's Falcon.
Falcon, Swedish.
Oh.
Swedish.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually like a documentary from when we traveled from our hometown to Stockholm and recorded Dragon from Helicopters, and he was doing some vocals. Yeah. And we had a photographer, and he recorded on the trip. It was like 24 hours back and forth.
Wow.
So
24 hours.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
how long of a drive is it? Where are you guys located?
No.
We slept over, right? And,
Oh, gotcha. I'm like, man, how bad are the roads in Sweden? He's like,
No, we went up, had a lot of beers, and we were in the studio and met up with the producer, or not the producer, but he was mixing and he was mixing the record, Robert Persson, and then later the day off after that we went home.
mm-hmm.
And, we had a video.
And then you had a video. Perfect. How did Dragon get involved in the process? 'Cause I'm seeing some speaking of characters, some characters that are kind of coming around in the helicopter. Seems to be something I'm reading up here in the notes. So how did he get involved?
The short answer is that we asked him, and he said yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe you know more.
Yeah, it's kind of simple as that.
Yeah.
We met him a few times, and so it was like, yeah, we asked him.
Yeah, and I think we sent him some demos, and he chose Just As Bad As You.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking up Falcon beer on the internet right now.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's made by Carlsberg.
Yes.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Actually, we're drinking Mellerud at the time.
Mellerud.
Yes.
I
You pronounce it correctly.
Oh, well, thank you.
Mellerud.
Yeah.
Tonk.
Talk.
Talk.
That makes sense. So yeah, but basically North America, Anheuser-Busch makes everything. Even some European beers that they instead of importing, for example, Stella Artois, Anheuser-Busch makes it locally here, and then Stella allows them to put their name on it. So I guess Carlsberg is similar in Europe.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Tell us about Falcon beer though. Like, what is it? Is it a dark beer? How does it work?
No, it's a lager.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the commercials, it's like sitting on a cliff in the sunshine,
Yeah.
having a Falcon,
Yeah.
right?
In the commercials, there's no alcohol.
I see this. It's a pale lager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so definitely a very, very light lager. 5.2% still.
Yes. That's good.
That's good.
That's really
That's
good.
healthy.
Mm-hmm. It's a good, healthy beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Now, some of the other tracks we got is Carry On, title track. Is that just because you guys wanted to call the album Carry On, or did that song start the album? What's the significance in having a track and the album be the same?
Was the last song?
Yeah, it was the last song added to the album, actually.
And then we just thought it's a great name of an album.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Short and catchy.
Wow.
Catchy.
Fuck, we have just used it, but we can use it on the album as well.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. And then is this, You guys mentioned you recorded the album in your own studio, and I'm flipping through the music video for Just As Bad As You. These studio shots, is this in your studio or is this... No.
It's up in Stockholm.
It's in Stockholm.
So we had one day recording with Regen in another studio. Otherwise, it's in our studio.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So you guys are in a closet somewhere in Stockholm.
Yeah.
This guy's dirty closet. He needs to get like some carpet on the walls or something. But I see Logic Pro, so that's fantastic. It looks like he's using Logic Pro.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. Do you guys use Logic?
Yeah, so do we. Yeah.
Beautiful. So this record was done in... Oh, man, I'm so happy on the inside now.
And we actually start to learn it also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What inspired you guys to start learning your own production? Just to save money? Was it... Or to get closer to what it is that you wanted to produce by doing it yourself? Because sometimes bringing in somebody else is what helps. But...
I think it was...
Money is no problem.
No, money is no problem. But what I recall is that we were supposed to record all the vocals up in Stockholm, but we decided to do all the vocals in our studio. And I think that was a great choice because Gustav was... We had a lot of work with it. We had a lot of overdubs and choruses took a lot of time, and it would have cost a lot of money if we were doing it in Stockholm.
Yeah.
And so we have we lay the drums maybe for 1 weekend, bass maybe 5 days after work, and maybe the vocals. We spent a lot of time doing that. And when we weren't happy, we just deleted it and started all over.
Mm-hmm.
And for our experience, because all the producers we had and the guys that have recorded, they have just put a microphone is it? And then they push the record button, and it's like, do we pay you a lot of money for just setting up a microphone like that? It's not okay.
Well, if that's where the microphone needs to be, guys, then that's where the microphone needs to be.
Yeah.
So we decided to do it on our own.
Okay.
And also we had all the control of the production.
Yes.
It was good for us.
Mm-hmm. You
We
mentioned...
could make all the decisions ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned doing a lot of takes and spending a few hours on guitars, which just sounds awful. What were you guys looking for in the takes?
On the takes? Oh, just a good feeling, flow. It should sound natural. That's the whole point. And of course, tight and had a flow, had to go with it. And sometimes you can make a perfect take, but it doesn't swing, And then you take another take, and you feel that you didn't have it really, but when you listen to it, you want to dance, It's hard to explain what that is about, but we all agreed on what's good and what was not good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of emotional.
Yes.
The emotion has to be right when you hear it. The take.
Yeah.
So mostly the takes are good, but you're looking for a certain feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense, boys. All right, well, today we chatted about Bang, Just As Bad As You, Carry On. Troublemaker I don't think we talked about, but that's okay. It's a troublemaker. We chatted about the album Carry On, the recording process, 5th studio album. We chatted about guest vocals, productions, trips down to Sweden. We chatted about Falcon Bear, Logic Pro X, how to jog in Sweden. Earlier we did chat about Bolognese, but I don't think we had hit record yet.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, anyway, that concludes my questions. Is there anything that you guys wanted to talk about that I missed?
We actually have started to record our 5th album right now. Because we can't play out. We can't play. We can't gig. So we decided to start to record our next album, really.
Okay. Is there a release date for that yet?
No.
No. Okay.
Next year, I would think, yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I look forward to hearing that. I'm sure that Valdemar will send that my way.
He will.
Hope so.
He'd better.
He better, yeah.
He'd better, Valdemar, because I saw the sign once. I saw the sign. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Every time I see the Sign records, I can't help myself but think of Ace of Base. I can't help it. Sweet. That concludes all my questions then, boys. So looking forward to the new studio album. And in the meantime, thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.